Hello and welcome back today to Harddrive Productions, and today we will be focusing on a moving head. Yeah guys, it's a product for zaand, and as we said, we're going to start launching some products, and here we go. And we as a channel on Harddrive has reached 100 subscribers. Thank you guys, thank you for supporting me. But man, it's not that easy. So please just share this channel to other people, tell them to subscribe and like. I can't do this without you guys. Once again, thank you. So let's go on. So last year I was looking at some products because I needed a few more moving heads, just to create nice beams and so on. So I wanted something that was quite small, but my problem I always have is when you look at the small moving heads, they tend to have like 10, 15, 25 watt LED lights in, which is great if you DJ and so on. It's just light from the front to create a bit of effects, but I need something stronger because once I've got a few lights on the side and then a dancer start going on, I really need the beam to also stand out a bit. So about 2 years ago, something cool happened. Panther 70. Yes, this little light actually puts out 70 watts, as small as it is. And I decided last year, well, you know what, I'll take a chance. I'll buy 4 of them, which I did in the beginning of the year. And then of course, as soon as I was excited to use these lights, lockdowns. So last year, because of the lockdown, I couldn't do much, so I decided to at least 2 or 3 events that we were able to do. They didn't involve people really, but it was just stage setup and bands. And for one event that was called Light SA Red, which was also a thing that went over the world, I decided to use a few of these. Yes, I've opened this one already, so if you see, I don't know, but it's not brand new, it's open. I promise you, everything that comes in it is inside here. I just opened this one because, like I said, last year I already played with it a bit. So, let's see. Well, it's always good to have a cover, nice, okay, and power cables. Yes, they were all wrapped in plastic. I took the plastic off. So you got a cable, and let's see what else is here. Okay, I'll get to those manuals now. Okay, remote, cool. Looks like you can do a few settings on it from the remote, which is quite great. Full on, sound on. That looks great. I tend to not like to use sound to light because I feel that the lights go too crazy all the time and so on. So even when I do small events, or even if I supply lights in it for DJ events, I actually still run through, even if it's an analog mixer, and create a few programs. It looks better than just every song you play and every song is different. It just flickers and flashes. It just doesn't create a mood. So let's go on. I see we've got a bracket and the little screws. Good. I see it's got that. It's good to have these. There we go. Safety O-ring. So that probably screws underneath somewhere. And when you hang lights, put a safety cable over your trussing or pipes or whatever you hang them from, because it can happen that the bracket comes loose. And it's good to have that second protection. And guys, it does happen. So, and there's a few little screws. Okay. And then, let's see. I mean, this light must be quite big. A whole 70 watt LED globe in there. So, here we go. Oh, it's quite small. Wow. It's not huge at all. Which is nice, because think about it. You've got this nice little light. 70 watts coming out of it, so you really get a good beam. The beam is quite tight, so I like it's like in between. It's not too open, but it's of course not a beam, because it's meant to be more of a profile light. But yes, so let's see. So in the back there we've got our power in. Doesn't have a power out to link, so I don't think there's space for that. A little fan, yeah, they've got a fan. So if you need a seriously quiet studio, it might not be the light for you, but you know, when you're on a show and that, then no problems. And then your XLR's in, 3 pins. Yes, I know pros will say now it can only be pro 35 pins. Guys, if you go to Zaand, our website, I will put a link below, and you see the pricing for this. Okay, you can't expect them to have all those type of plugins as well. I mean, this light is really quite cheap, but it does quite well. And then in front we've got our things and all our settings and so on. Still got a sticker on there. I'm not going to peel it off, I'll just leave them on. So yeah, let's go on, plug in and see what we get out of this light. Okay, as you can see, I have plugged in the light and so on, but before I get to it, let's quickly look at these papers. It's just a manual, explain to you how to, upside down, how to run the lights, or what to do with them, how to connect them up, all the settings, the pin connections, so quite well laid out here. And then when I first looked at the book, I'm like, okay, if I want to set up my own DMX addressing, it does not really say anything about the addressing. So often I've noticed when you buy smaller lights like these, they don't give you a proper chart of DMX channels, and I don't see that in books. So I first thought, okay, now I've got to figure it out. But then I remember, man, wait, I've got more papers. And really nice, there it is. You open it, and there they give you the channels, all the channels. We can see that it can run in 8-bit and 16-bit. You've got 2 modes. 2 channels for pan and fine pan, 2 channels for tilt and fine tilt, and then we've got colors, got our gobos, we've got shutter, it's got a dimmer, which is great, and then we can control the pan tilt speed, which is really nice sometimes if you want it to run fast, or maybe you've got some lights that's a bit slower, then you can select the speed of that, which can be helpful sometimes. And then you've got functions like no functions, blackout when color change, blackout on gobo change. That is quite nice. And then you can even reset it. Guys, that is helpful when you have reset option through DMX. I've had before where the light does go a bit funny, or it's lost, or the color wheel has changed and it's not in the right color. Then I've got to physically go to the front and switch a light off and on, which can sometimes be difficult while I'm already in a show. But in this case, you can reset it from the DMX channel. Great going there, Beamz. And then you've got your types of dim modes and how the dimming works, whether you use it for TV theaters and so on. So they've done a bit of effort in giving you a few options, even on a lighter size. So I'm going to plug it in. Here we go. I'm using my Everlights Titan 1 dongle, which is good enough. Yes, I'm cheating. I've got one of these that I'm running. Titan 1 does not come with MIDI option, but there's third-party software that can do that with some desks. It's not approved by Titan, but I've been using it. I haven't really had any problems with it, and it really just helps me to have that extra sliders hand on. So when I've looked and I went into Everlight's profile, yes, the profile is in there. The only thing I've changed is because it just says color 1, color 2, color 3, color 4, because that's how this book is set out. So I just went into Everlight's profile and actually added the actual colors and what the gobos look like. Okay, so we've got smoke in the room, and there you can see we've got some colors. Let's see, we've got pan and tilt happening there perfectly. We've got some tilt going up into the camera. Let's see if we can shine it other way. Oops, so there we've got a wall. Cool, nice response. Then we will go for a few of colors. So some of our colors, blue, green, and so on. And then this thing has something amazing too. Split gels. Yes, we can run this thing on split colors too, which is a nice feature for a little light you have. I was quite surprised when I bought them. I didn't know they had split colors, but they do. Nice. There you can see the split colors. And you're going to manually focus this. Here we've got a focus. Let's quickly look at a few patterns up there. Let me bring it a bit down. Wrong way. That's what happens when you play with it manually. Okay, there we can see. Go back to gobos. A few nice gobos happening there. And we got the odd effects like strobe effects. Control the speed of the strobes. There you can really see the colors popping through. Great. Wow, what a nice orange. I really like this orange. I've always been a fan for orange on stage for some reason. And we have these lights available from our new shop, Zaand, hence the green. Like I said the other day, you can go to buysound.co.za, literally buysound.co.za. Before I say bye-bye, I'm going to play you, it's about a 2-minute clip where we've done an event last year for SA or Light SA Red, and I use these lights, so you'll see quite a setup of a few lights, but in the middle there's 4 lights, very white beam lights. On the floor, it's these 4 I used, so enjoy the clip, but please, share it to your friends and so on, and I always appreciate it. Till next time, bye.
Hello, hello, can you hear me as I scream your name? Hello, hello, do you need me before I fade away? Is this a place that I call home?